Namaskar, I'm Wing Commander Santosh Sharma, White Lotus Spirituality, Bangalore, India. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Daridra Yoga. Yoga for the combination of planetary energies in such a way that it can create bankruptcy, it can create financial difficulties, it can create loss of wealth. How does it happen? And what is the meaning of Daridra Yoga? Daridra means, it's a Hindi word, Daridra, means normally its picture comes to us like a beggar who has no home. He's just begging around for food and clothes, etc. We think like that, Daridra. But Daridra, the poverty, is not only related to the finance and money and wealth. Sometimes you can be a bankrupt and a poor person in emotion. You can be a bankrupt and the poor in knowledge. You can be also bankrupt and poor in relationships. So, bankruptcy or the poorness or the poverty is not only related to the wealth, I would say. You may have a poor name, poor fame, nobody knows you. You can have poor memory power, poverty. That is also poverty. Poverty of concentration, poverty of bravery. They are all poverty. Poverty means which lacks, which you don't have in life. So saying that it is only about the dhana or the money is a wrong way to understand. If you look at the traditional astrologers, they talk about money, money, money. How we lose money, how we become bankrupt, how we have to beg money from people. If this yoga is there, that yoga is there, the Shani and Ketu are sitting in the second house, on the 11th house, on the 4th house, you'll become definitely Daridra. You'll become scaring you, creating the fear psychosis in you, so that some kind of gemstone, some kind of rudraksha can be sold to you, or some kind of puja can be done in your name by taking money. I don't understand that way. You see, if I have a bad relationship, I am poor in love, right? I study hard but I'm not able to remember, then I am poor in knowledge, right? So, poor in relationship is because of the Venus or the moon. I have poverty, no happiness, I am not happy. My Venus is not good in my chart. Or maybe my moon is aspected by Saturn, creating the melancholy and sadness in me. I'm not rich. Some people are poor in expression. They can't express themselves adequately. A lack of power of Mercury. Because Mercury is here, the throat is here. Your emotions are choked. You're not able to express. When you become emotionally very charged, you can't speak. You start crying or start laughing. Right? So, emotional deficiency. You are not able to. You don't find the correct word to express yourselves. The Saturn is not good, Mercury is not good, in between these two is the Vishuddhi chakra, throat chakra, that's jammed. And you're not able to express yourself adequately. So, your poorness in expression, I would say. That is Daridra Yoga, I would like to explain. Traditionally speaking, people say that if your Brihaspati is sitting in the 6th house, or 8th house, or 12th house, or Saturn and Ketu are together sitting in the 2nd house, 11th house, 4th house, if the Lord of 2nd house and 11th house sits in the 6th house or the 8th house and the 12th house, you become poor. No, they are the thumb rules. Life is not thumb rules. Life is very complicated. Each chart is different. So you cannot have a set rules of saying that if this grass is there, you become poor. No, it's not like that. I have analyzed the chart of many people who become bankrupt. And in the recent past, talk about Subrata Roy, or talk about Anil Ambani or the Vijay Mallya. And there are many cases, I've seen all the charts. I have not able to find any kind of similarity where the traditional astrology they talk about. I understand the traditional astrology, creating a chart, Dasha, Mahadasha, I understand. But my interpretations are entirely different because I apply logic, I apply science, I apply common sense. My aim of making this video is not to make an astrologer. I want you to get rid of misconceptions about the traditional thoughts. Time changed. Old kind of marriage is not happening now. Wife husband both are earning. There are different kind of permutation combinations, and the relationship is evolved in different kind of spheres. The wife is not sitting in the house and only cooking food. She's going out and working. She's also earning. So the concept of marriage which was there earlier, if you apply to the present day's marriage concept, I talk about the 7th house, obviously it's not going to work. We must change and evolve the thought process. Like I gave you an example, Daridra Yoga. Last we talked about the Angaraka Yoga. Was not to scare you, but to make you aware about the composition of energy inside you, the subconscious mind's programming, and what action should to take to get out of this kind of yogas. Vivaha Vichcheda yoga, divorce yoga combination also we talked about. And it was not to scare you, to just make you aware about the sun, Saturn, Mercury, moon, how do they behave in the 7th house, right? And also I told you to be aware about this situation and take corrective measures to solve the problems. The idea is to ferret out the solutions, understand the causes. So Daridra yoga can be in your chart depending on different kind of situation. What you do. For example, you are in the line of teaching. You are a software engineer where the knowledge is required. Then 2 planetary energies should be good in you. Mercury and the Jupiter. Supposing Jupiter is retrograde and Mercury is not working for you. Obviously, you are not going to get promotion. So you got stuck at one position for many, many years. We can call it Daridra yoga, poverty yoga, because your course mates, your classmates, they have gone ahead of you and you have not been able to achieve. Your Saturn is not good in you and you start getting into a real estate venture where the steel, earth things are related. There are chances that you will fail. Daridra yoga, we can say. You are trying to start a business related to the cloth, ornaments, jewelry, etc. And your Venus is not good. Obviously you are going to fail. Daridra yoga can happen. Poverty can come to you because you will fail in the profession, that business. So you have to understand what is your profession, what is your business, what is the industry you are trying to establish, what kind of things are used, electrical things, electricity, etc. Mars, for example, creativity, creative forms, art forms, jewelry, creativity, and in the field of IT also, there are creative things which you do, not only coding. It has to be good. Financial sector, the lawyers, the expression power should be good, the Saturn and Mercury should be good. Otherwise, you will be stuck as a junior lawyer. You can never go up in life. So saying and giving examples on Daridra yoga by the traditional astrologers I am not aligned with. And I understand that you will also, after watching this video, you will not fall into a trap of those kind of things. Talking about the mostly trash things. Combination of Saturn and Ketu, I have seen people become very prosperous, not losing money. Yes, it's a little common sense. There are some things like, for example, the Saturn is looking at the 2nd house, or the Saturn is sitting in the 2nd house. It makes you spend a lot of money. But at the same time, sitting in the 2nd house, it will also look at the 11th house, giving you money. That means you not have saving, but it's not a Daridra yoga. I'll say that. Saturn sitting in the 11th house gives you money, jewelry, vehicles, landed property, but looks at the Lagna house, making you melancholy and sad. So it will make you Daridra in peace. You will be lacking in peace and tranquility and bliss. So you will become poor in the field of peace and tranquility. Saturn sitting in the professional house gives you multitasking ability, but then it will looking at the marriage house, creating sadness in marriage. So you will be poor in marital happiness. Like that you have to understand. I hope you have liked this video because of the new kind of understanding and the interpretations which I am indulging in. If you like the way I interpret things, then do subscribe, share and like this video. Next video we will be talking about Guru Chandal Dosh. Guru means Brihaspati, Jupiter, and how this creates a Guru Chandal Dosh in conjunction with Rahu. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching this video. Namaskar, Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.